And go.
I have no idea what to say.
And another week has gone by. Back out at the bus. I know we have the tin for the sides now, but I did not get the sealant or the rivets. I have not had a good week. So the mood you saw me in at the end of the last video continued on through the whole week. But I did get some sample rivets, so we're going to check for sizes on that, see what we need. And I think we might possibly build the framing in here for the tin at the back. So far, we just got here, so that's what we're doing now. Huh? Oh, nothing. I just can't do this the easy way. So, you want to see what it kind of looked like? So here's a section of tin in the bottom and the top. Of course, it's not riveted in. I just sat it in there so you could get an idea what it's going to look like. So that's really gonna fill that in nicely. Okay, I took the tarps off. Christina's underneath picking up all the bolts and stuff that were in the snow. I'm going to go along here and just round these edges off because they're very sharp, and then I'm going to hit them with some primer and let them dry. And I'm probably going to start banging a bunch of these holes straight because the metal got bent when we drove out the rivets. And then I think I'm going to go up here and set this tin into place and start working on that, I think. I'm just gonna hit the steel with this cold galvanizing compound.
After I didn't see anything in the brush in it.
Well, yeah, Christina has been using steel wool to get any of the surface wrap off of it that has accumulated from the moisture.
I've been using this stuff. So I'm just rubbing the rails off. And I've been doing it on the outside and underneath.
This is just to protect it so it doesn't rust while it's in the walls. I'm spraying these uprights that we put in with just a cold galvanizing spray, which is just, you could use a primer. I just happen to have some galvanizing spray. It just waterproofs it, gives it, the moisture won't get in at it and it'll not rust. A good primer would do the same thing, but I just happen to have this and I like the look of it better.
Okay, so you're hitting anything that we added.
Anything that I added, any of the steel that we put in, this piece, all this stuff here, the top pieces that I put in, these bottom ones, anything that we put in, I'm hitting with the galvanizing spray. It gives it the same type of a finish as this, but this...
You can see there.
No, I sprayed that.
Yes, that's this finish.
This is what I did, but it's not a shiny, it's a cold spray, whereas this stuff, this is a hot dipped galvanized, which comes out shiny and bright. So it's a little different about it. But it does
But it's interior wall that nobody's going to see. So.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You're never going to see it. So.
Okay.
And I don't have to paint here. Okay, so this was the piece I put in last. I hadn't trimmed it yet. So I'm just, on the last one we used that fancy saw that you don't really need that. I just used it just because I could.
Because we had access to it.
All you really need is the zip cut on an angle grinder. And I've drawn a line between here and here so that it's even. And I'm just gonna trim it off with the angle cutter, the angle grinder.
But you're using a zip disc.
Zip disc, yes. Said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
So now we're just fitting the original bus piece that went over where the windows were. Trish, you want to take that off and show them?
This trim piece from the outside covers up the ribs. I do have to trim. I have to just trim it down a little bit up in the corner here because it's a little tight. But angle grinder's not very precise, but it'll work.
Yeah, it's going in.
Yeah, that'll work just fine.
Yeah, it's not going in up here.
Yeah, just trim
so
it.
you can see it's a little tight.
Grind that off
just a wee bit.
And go.
I don't even see.
Talk about your shirt. Tell us about this shirt that you're wearing.
Okay, well, what's the two sexiest animals on the farm? It's a brown chicken, brown cow. So anyway, this is one of our shirts that we sell. If you would like to get one, you can go to genx-ventures.com. We'll link it down below. But yeah, this is just one of the shirts, and brown chicken, brown cow.
Sunday morning, we're back at the bus. I think today's going to go a little better. We're going to pull the tarps off and we're going to get started on putting in some tin. We don't have all the stuff we need, but we can get it in there, get the holes drilled, and get it ready to go. I'm not pointing at me. Today's project is this tin. We're getting started on now. I put a couple windows in. We're going to put the tin in the bottom here. I have to notch out the back corner because the tin that I took off the outside was all one piece around this whole corner. So I had to cut it. So now I'm going to have to notch it so that it fits in there properly because it will get tucked in here.
Like right through here.
Yes, right through the whole thing. And I know that's kind of backward. You should be going on the outside of it, but that's not going to work in this case. I measured out for the notch. It's 3 inches wide.
Like a bird on a tree.
Wide.
I'm just sitting
By 3 centimeters.
3.5 centimeters.
3.5 centimeters, because that's the side that was accessible.
It's clear to see.
Right there. So, with the trusty square.
The world
To
seems
draw it
small.
out.
We can sit together. It's so beautiful.
I'm using a grease pencil because that's all that I had available.
We meant to be.
But a Sharpie would work too. So there it is. I just got to cut it out on that line. Alright, there's the first piece cut. Took a while to playing around with it, but it's all nice and cut. We had to trim it here so that it would fit over the piece. Because this was all one piece all the way around to the door. So I had to cut it off here. So it's trimmed up nice, tight up underneath the windows. And we're going to drill some holes.
to see the truth of meant to be
Nice.
in the great outdoors.
This is our workbench, and now it's a steampunk workbench! Teeny tiny top hats!
We're using an air riveter simply because there's a million rivets to go
Meant to be
in this bus. Here's the official first rivet going back in the bus.
forever
Where? I can't see. That's it on this side. See right here? Right here. Here we go. Sit on this side. That's it on this side. There. See?
There it is. First piece. Officially riveted in. Many more to go. We're gonna go till we run out of rivets today. That's a lot of rivets we gotta do. So there I stuck one of the trim pieces between the windows up there, and it fits perfectly.
Perfectly. Look. Perfectly.
Perfectly. So I'm just gonna go and drill the holes and rivet it on to see how the rivets fit with the windows, because there is some concern that they're going to be a little bit too far out and we'll have to come up with something creative. But that's the plan for now. So as we were worried about, we've got too much, the rivet is too long, and we've got too much of the rivet behind for the window to seat properly. So I'm going to take it back out, and then we're going to have to find something a little different to go around the windows. But we're moving along pretty good. So we ran out of rivets, but we've got all the tin in place. We've been drilling holes, and I think we're going to shift over to the other side and at least get this tin in place today. And we'll pick up more rivets. We can do that tomorrow. So we ran out of room on the GoPro, but we put the tin in this side. It's not riveted in. We put a rivet every so often at every rib just to hold it in place. So it's all in on this side. All we need to do is get some more rivets, and away we go. We got all excited and stuck one piece up on the top above the window, and that's gonna go a little harder, but it'll go. That'll work. That works better. That's it for today.
Yeah, we're done for the day. For the weekend, actually.
Yeah, we've been here most of the day. We've got all the tin installed, not riveted, so it's in place, but not permanently affixed.
And it's specifically held in place.
Just the bottom tin. We have one piece put up in the top. Tomorrow I'm going to order a crap ton more rivets and some drill bits. And I think we'll go in the caulking that we need for around the windows. So we may be able to do that too. And we need to figure out what we're going to put around the window frame, because even the smallest ones we have are not going to fit. So we need something. If there's too much of a
We're
grip.
gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to use the what do they call them?
Yeah, it's the ones the aluminum ones that you smash, they'll smash. They'll flatten right out behind you. Hold it a block against it, you hit it with an air hammer, and away you go. But I think that's it for today.
Yes, that is definitely it for today.
It is Monday evening after a stuffing supper.
Hi.
We are back. Because the
In
weather.
the saddle again.
The weather's gonna go for crap after today, so
Only for 2 days.
yes. So we came to do more rivets. So I stopped and picked up a crap ton of rivets. I bought 1,100 rivets today.
That's a lot of rivets.
A lot of rivets and a couple drill bits. $239 worth to be exact. So that's what we're doing. Right here, we're gonna just lift the tarp up, flip it over one side, do one side at a time. Right?
Yep.
Yes. While Christina's drilling away, I'm going to take the ladder and yeah, this drill will get hot. Those bits will handle the heat. I'm going to take the ladder and I'm going to climb up the back. Excuse me here.
I thought you were going to build the frame in there.
Well, Dad's doing other things right now, so I'm going to look up here. And I'm going to look at more of this tin up at the top there. See if I can slide another sheet in or whatever. We are clipping along. Christina's just knocking out the rivets here. It's going really good. And the tarp blew off the other side, so I decided to start drilling the holes in the other side. I slid another piece of tin up on the top, and I riveted one rivet in the back to see how that was going to work. Looks like, let me move closer. So looking up at the back here, you can see how where the tin popped when we released it from the roof. So that was expected, but I clamped it down, drilled it, and riveted it right away, and it's holding tight. So that's going to hold them all nice and tight all the way along. And go! Hey, whoa, whoa. You just shot that one straight out the back. It came out like a rocket. It's not a good idea. That was funny. It was a good idea at the time. If anybody's wondering where I've learned to do all this stuff, this is my dad's 38 Ford that he has custom built from the ground up. I wonder who taught me how to do this. While we're at a bit of a lull here,
No, who's at the bit of the lull? You are.
while I'm standing still doing nothing, watching Christina do all the work, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give us a like. Give us a don't like if you don't like it. Leave us a comment. Tell us we're crazy. Tell us what we're doing wrong. I love the interaction. We love the comments, eh?
Yeah.
Last week's video had a ton of comments, more than we've ever had. And
Julie, we are not getting rid of the back door, and it's not changing height.
yes, Julie, the back door stays the same. If Christina bangs her head on it, she bangs her head on it. There will be a bed there for her to fall and pass out. Make sure you check out our store, genx-ventures, genx-ventures.com. There's a bit of a blog there as well, but I haven't really been keeping up with the blog because, well, we're going hard on the bus. Normally I do a lot of photography. I'm a photographer, love photography, live for it, and I'm not taking any pictures, all video. But we'll try and get more of that done up as well.